Good morning, my teachers and my all dear friends. Today I am going to make one experiment. First I will tell what I have taken. I have taken 2 glasses, salt and this 2 lemon. So let's we start. I have taken this water. I will put this water in this. Good morning. So this 2 glasses in simple water. First I will take spoon and take a salt and put in this. 2 times we have to take a salt. So I will take 1 lemon and put in this glass and this glass I will put in this. So this lemon is came up and this lemon is came down. I will tell this reason first. This glass I have thrown in this glass. I have thrown in this glass salt and in this glass nothing I have put. So don't worry and be happy. This is very simple experiment. Thank you.
Good morning to all, respected teacher and all my dear friends. I am Saloni Ray. Today I would like to share you one small experiment. And experiment name is air has weight. See, now I hold books on my hand. What happened? I feel its weight, but it doesn't happen to air. Air has everywhere, but I cannot feel air on my hand. Now I show you air has weight through my experiment. We need some materials as hanger, thread, pair of balloons and scissors. I already blown balloons. Now I tie the balloons to the hanger. This is my homemade stand, and now you can see both the balloons are balanced. Now I cut one balloon with the help of scissors. Now you can see the difference. First, both the balloons are balanced. Now, one is down and other one is up. This balloon has air and this balloon has no air. Now, I shown you air has weight through my experiment. Thank you, teacher and all my dear friends.
Hi, my name is Pershkai from class 4th A. Welcome to Science Day. It is a big idea force is a push-stop rule. Through the science we have discovered that if I give a small push, it discovered as small force. And if I give a big push, it is discovered as big force. There are not only us to create the force, the other things can also create the force like air. So let's take a look at this. I am going to fill air in this balloon. Air has force. Let's have some fun with it. The air is exerting a pressure of balloons. I am going to put this balloon on the table. What happened? The table is too heavy for lifting anywhere, but the balloon was too light for taking off. It almost looked like a jet for taking off. In fact, the jet also moved forward like that. Kind of like we are about to show you. Check this out. I have a snug fishing line across the room. I also have a little straw slider threaded through it. I am going to attach a balloon to it. Now let's see what we have to do. I am going to let this balloon go and see what happens. So what happened? Well, when I was holding the balloon on the table, the air was pushing against the table. And on here, actually, when the balloon goes there, it was holding air by pushing air against the air. Force is a push or pull. Air can push. I use balloons to show us that force is a push or pull. Thank you.
Good morning, respected principal, sir, teachers and all my dear friends. My name is Tanishka Sagar Tembekar. I am from class 5th B. Today I am going to show you an experiment of nature. For that we need turmeric, some detergent, lemon, a glass of water and a ball. First of all we have to take a ball. In ball we will add some turmeric powder. Now we will add some water. Now we will mix turmeric and water. After that, now we will add some detergent. Then now we will mix it. See, the color come red. Now we will squeeze some lemon in it. Then again we will mix it. See, it became again yellow. It happened because of turmeric is a natural. Natural does not change its color. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Adila Sanke from 5th C. Today I will show you an experiment that proves fire needs oxygen for burning and also air exert pressure. For my experiment, I have took a matchbox, food color, some water, a jar, a candle, a spoon and a bowl. Now I will pour the water in the bowl. Now I will add some food color to make the water level visible. Now I will mix it. Now I will place the candle in middle of the bowl. Now I will lit the candle. Now I will cover the candle with the jar. When I cover it with the jar, just observe the flame and also the water level. Through this experiment, I have proved two things. Fire needs oxygen. First thing is that fire needs oxygen for burning. The burning candle uses all the oxygen in the jar. That is why when the oxygen finishes, the candle extinguishes. The second thing I proved is that when the oxygen in the jar finishes, the air volume also decreases. That is why the outer air pushes the water inside the jar. Hence, air adjusts pressure. Thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Principal Sir, teachers and all my dear friends. I am Ayush Sachin Pandre of class 6th A from Klein Memorial School of UBS. Today I am going to show you volcanic eruption. Now I will do volcanic eruption, but first I would like to tell you how real volcanic eruption occurs. Deep within the earth, it is so hot that some rocks slowly melt and become liquid substance called magma. The magma comes out of the volcano called lava, and it comes because it is pushed by the vent in it. Now I am going to show you my volcanic eruption. To do the volcanic eruption, we need salt, baking soda, dishwash, food color, and vinegar. First, we will put some baking soda in it. Then I'll take some salt in it. Then some dishwash. And red food color, and at last vinegar. Which is slowly coming out. The baking soda, a sodium bicarbonate, reacts with the vinegar in the mixture and produce a gas, carbon dioxide. As the gas releases, it bubbles through dishwash, creating a bubbly red lava. This is my volcanic eruption. Thank you for watching my experiment.
Hello friends, I am Adit Bhosle from class 6B and I am going to give some information about the pulley. Now this is the model that I have made of the pulley. Now at the one end of the string there is the load in the form of bucket, and at the one end there is the effort. Now when we pull the one end of the string, the load goes down and then comes up and takes the water from the well. It is mainly used in villages to take out water from the wells. Thank you friends. Have a nice day.
Hello guys, I am Aditya Khatti from 6C and today I am going to perform an experiment. It is a well-known experiment, Newton's disc. It has rotating disc with segments in different colors like red, yellow, orange, green and so on. This disc appears of white or grey when it spins very fast. Let me show you how it works.
This type of mix of light stimuli is called temporal optical mixing, a version of additive averaging mixing, the concept that human visual perception cannot distinguish details of high-speed movements is popularly known as persistency of vision. Thus, the exactly same happens. We cannot observe the minute changes taking place of very high speed, and therefore they are dire as white. Thank you.
Hello, I am Ananya Gore from class 6D. Today I am going to perform one experiment in front of this honorable gathering. So let's begin. Here I have taken one empty container. Here I have taken baking soda. Here I have taken vinegar. Let's start. I will keep this container in this plate and I will add some soda in it. Now I will add this vinegar. Now I will add soda again. So the mixture comes out because bicarbonate of soda is a compound of sodium, hydrogen, carbon and oxygen. These compounds break up when they come in contact with vinegar. The carbon and oxygen separate to form a gas called carbon dioxide. Thank you.
Good evening everyone. My name is Palak De. I am a student from Klein Memorial School of UBS. I read in 6C, roll number 7. Today I am here to represent the working models of simple machine. As you can see, this is a knife. It comes in wedge. A wedge is a piece of wood or metal that is narrow at one end and broad at the other. Basically, a wedge is formed when two inclined planes are attached back to back. It is a simple machine which helps us to cut down solid objects. The sharper the edge of the wedge, the easier it is to cut something with it. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Simra Khan and I am from Klein Memorial School. Today I am going to show you my physics project on simple machines. My first model on simple machines is seesaw. When the fulcrum is between the load and the effort, it is the lever of the first order. This is the load and this is the effort. The second one is the inclined plane. It is used to move heavy loads rather than to lift up them vertically. In order to make the bucket move upwards while drawing water from a well using a pulley, a person has to pull the rope in the downward direction. This is more convenient as compared to the more difficult upward pull.
Good morning everyone. Myself Vaishnavi Amit Bhansali from class 7th A. Today, with the purpose of Science Day, today I am here to perform an experiment to show that plants require sunlight to perform photosynthesis. So, let's start. Let's first see what things you are going to need to perform the experiment. You are going to need is an empty box, 2 glasses, and 2 bunch of leaves, the same leaves you need to take and which fits in your glass, and normal room temperature water. It's normal water, nothing is added to it. So first step you are going to do is pour the water in both glasses. the water should be equal, and also don't fill it full. Don't fill the glass full. And then the thing is, put both the leaves, the bunches of leaves in the glasses, and then what you do is cover one glass with the empty box so that the sunlight should not be reached to the plant, and the other glass you keep in sunlight. So let's go and keep this glass in sunlight. So this glass I have kept it in the sunlight. Now you do is keep both the glasses, one in a empty box and one in sunlight, for 2 hours. So I will meet you after 2 hours. It is about 2 hours, and now let's see our glass. See, take a close-up look. You can see tiny bubbles. They are nothing but the oxygen. There are some tiny pores on the leaves which are known as stomata, and the tiny bubbles are produced by them. So now you know that carbon dioxide is the plants get carbon dioxide from the air and water and sunlight from the soil. So and they produce oxygen. So it is called as photosynthesis. Now let's go back and see our another glass. So just take a close-up look to the bubbles. Here you can see them. So yes, now this is the another pot, the glass, which was kept without sunlight, and there you can see on the leaves no bubbles are produced. So the conclusion is that the plants and trees require sunlight, carbon dioxide and water and air to control and to make the oxygen, and they need sunlight for making oxygen, and this process is known as the photosynthesis. So thank you friends, hope you all liked my experiment.
Hello everyone, my name is Tanisha Abhijit Desanda and I am in 7th standard. I have made 3 models, in which one is this telescope. This is the telescope, and these are 3 stands on which the full telescope is handling. From this we can see, because here is a eye lens, we can take it forward and take it back also. Here is a objective lens, you can see. And our second is the astrolabe. This is a paper straw from which we can see the observed stars, and we can write on which angle it is. And the third is the solar system. It is a model which works also. I have made this by a plastic jar. This is our Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. I have put a motor in it so that it can rotate, and here is a wood board which was at my home, and here is a cell holder and a button and a switch. Here are 4 bays on down on which the whole model is standing.
Show telescope also open and showed.
The telescope stands like this. Thank you. Hope you like it.
Hello everyone, I am Tanmay Paidarkar from class 7th B, and I am going to show you a simple electric circuit model which I have made at home with my uncle. The materials required are 2 drawing pins, a safety pin, a torch bulb, 3 connecting wires and a 9-volt general purpose battery. The first wire is connecting the positive terminal of the battery to the red pin. The second wire is connecting the negative terminal of the battery to a terminal of the torch bulb, and the third wire is connecting the other terminal of the battery to the blue pin. The safety pin in between is acting as a switch. When I touch the free end of the switch to the red pin, the circuit is complete and the bulb starts glowing, which is a proof that the circuit is complete. As you can see, I have closed the circuit manually, but I can close the circuit without touching it by using a strong magnet. If I use an electromagnet, I can complete the circuit electronically by passing current through the electromagnet. Thank you.
Hello friends, this is Harshesh Kadam from class 8C, and as we all know that science is an interesting subject and it has many things to explore. On coming 28th February, we have National Science Day. On this occasion, I am going to explain you a small experiment on refraction of light. As we all know that refraction is bending of light when it passes from one transparent medium to another. So let's have a look at the experiment. To explain the phenomena of refraction of light, here I have taken a dark cloth, or you can also take a dark paper. This is a glass slab, 4 tablets, a laser pointer. Tablets are just to raise the glass slab. Now I will keep this here, and from this I am incidenting a ray of light over a glass slab. So this we see that this is incident ray. This is interface which is separating one medium from another. This ray of light is known as refracted ray, and this which is refracting again is known as emergent ray. So if we draw a normal over here, then we see that the ray of light is bending towards the normal. This states that when a ray of light passes from rarer medium to denser medium, it bends towards the normal. And again, if we draw a normal at this point where it is getting again refracted, we see that it's bending away from normal. Here it's not clearly visible, but if you draw over here, then we see that this angle is more. Now here I have taken water. Here I have taken water in a container and again incidenting a ray over it. So as you see, I explained this is incident ray, this is interface, this is refracted ray, and this is again emergent ray. In water, the refractive index is low, so it do not refract. So we see that angle of refraction is low. And again, if we draw again normal, and this also angle of emergent is also low. Now I am taking this container over near the glass slab, but keeping some space over it. So it is now passing from rarer medium to denser medium, and then again rarer and again denser. And water is less denser as compared to glass slab. So now we will incident a ray. See, this is incident ray, this is refracted, emergent ray, and again refracted and emergent ray. So we see that this ray of light and this ray of light, or we can say that as emergent ray, in refracted ray, we see that this is almost equal. This states that like water is less dense as compared to glass slab, and speed of light is more in water, and speed of light in glass slab is less. So thus here I have explained the phenomena of refraction of light through glass slab and water. Hope you like the video.